Hi everyone, it's Sheena Alexandra, and today we are sitting with Gabrielle Wade. Gabrielle is my spiritual advisor, and she's been helping me sort of navigate life for the past 5 years, I'd say,
Around about
2014.
5 years,
Yeah. Gabby's become a good friend as well, and I'm so grateful, Gabby, that you are in my life, and I wanted to just share with the audience about the Princess package that I've purchased. And so basically, I've seen Gabby quite a few times over the last 5 years, but just recently she launched a new product, new package called the Princess or Prince package. And this is a bulk session where you spend about $750, and it's going to be on discount for any of these viewers, $650 for 6 sessions over an 8-week period. And basically what you do in these sessions, first of all, Gabby will chart out your astrological chart, including the moons and the suns, and she'll give you a really good overview as a starting point for the first session. And then the following sessions are really diving into your life and into your soul. And yeah, we just had a wonderful chat. We just followed up from the first session, which was my astrological chart, and Gabby had some words of wisdom to share. And do you want to just talk a little bit, Gabby, about kind of how you started this journey and your passions that are, obviously you're so good at what you do, and just talk a little bit about this.
Okay, well, astrology is just part of what I do. I mean, tarot, astrology, they're the tools that I use, amongst other things. But, it's really just having a conversation with somebody and then allowing them to present themselves to me so that I can help them guide their life towards what I would call enlightenment. It's... our souls have been on a huge journey, and this lifetime is really about embodied enlightenment, which is an unusual concept perhaps to many people, but it's a beautiful experience and a beautiful journey, and it's helping people live their authentic self. And that's my main focus, is to be authentic, and to help people get rid of the struggle actually in their life, and to live on a different paradigm, if you like, so that they can be living in harmony with what is. And it is a really unusual concept because we are, as human beings, so used to the struggle. So the life that I'm offering people or helping them discover is more about going with the flow and allowing life to present itself in a way that really feels comfortable for them. So it's opening up their heart, opening up their soul, getting out of the head, being grounded in this reality, and choosing what feels right for them.
You know what I love, Gabby, about you is that even though some of our conversations we can not see eye to eye, sometimes we see eye to eye, sometimes we don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
And earlier today I pulled a card and you honored my point of view, even though you disagreed or you might wanted, to push me in a different direction. The card doesn't lie. And so it was a really beautiful conversation that you let me see things from a different perspective, but then the card kind of followed what my heart was saying. And something that I want to dive into, if you don't mind, can we spend just maybe a couple of minutes talking about this reality right now and the shifts that we are that are happening at the moment, and from an astrological standpoint, what's going on?
It's very exciting, and it's what we've been talking about since forever, actually. This is the time that so many philosophies, religions, humanity have been talking about, philosophizing about. The age, people call it the age of Aquarius. That's astrologically how we describe it. And that was, astrologers determined that as when Uranus and Neptune transit into Aquarius, which happened around about, 5 to 10 years ago. So not to be too specific, but this is a transitional period. So as we know, anything changing is difficult. It's not an easy process for us to do. So even though we're in transition, we're in this transitional stage, we won't feel grounded in the new reality of the golden age, as some people refer to it also, for maybe 20 years yet. So, we have to give ourselves some breathing space to actually integrate what's going on. It's not a straightforward, easy process. We're going into an era that we've never been before. We're going somewhere that humanity has not experienced before. So I find it really exciting, and I'm, watching the changes that are occurring. But I've also done heaps of work on myself, if you like, over the last, probably 30 years. I've always had this feeling within me that there's something different going on, that, the world was a bit hypocritical, especially religions, and we knew that all the religions were going to sort of be taken down in a way, and you only have to look at the Catholic Church right now and see what's going on. So, I feel like we're growing up as humanity, and moving out of the control of religion, moving out of the control of governments also. The grassroots people are starting to make their own choices and have lots of different choices too. And that's fantastic, because, it's the authentic self that we are aiming for. So anyway, I could go on and on, but I don't want to bore you.
I can listen to you forever. Gabby, every time I walk away from our sessions, maybe a couple weeks later, the penny drops, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Gabby said that. Yeah. Gabby said that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Gabby said that was going to happen. Do these things just come into your mind? Or
well, I just allow. I allow what is. And today, I knew that we were going to have some differing opinions, and I'm like, how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to approach this? And part of me didn't want to talk to you at all about our differences, but I thought Sheena is able to hear me, and I thought we don't have to agree, and I needed to let you know how I felt about certain things before we could move forward. Anyway, so that's
and that's another thing. You make me feel so safe. Like we've talked about some personal stuff, and you just honor me for what it is that I stand for, even though we may disagree, and we even come to an agreement at the end that
well, we're not always everyone's on their own little path, and that's what makes us authentic, that we're not going to say what people want to hear just because that's the nice, polite thing to do. I'm just going to say what I think, and what my heart says. And that might be different to you. And that's okay.
And you're always dropping bits of advice. Oh, you should listen to this, or you should read that. So not only are you giving me practical information from the cards and from your readings, but you're also sharing the knowledge that you've come across over the last 30 years. And I look forward to learning more about, the references that you've sent me. And so it's an ongoing process.
It is. Well, a work in progress.
So we'll get to the contact details of how people can contact you, but I would love to show the people just how good you are. Can we just maybe do a reading?
Well, we'll take just one card for now.
We'll take one card. So do I have to ask a question?
As random as it is, we're just going to take one card.
Okay, we're going to take this one card.
It is very random. What does it say?
Follow your joy. It's your perfect guidance.
That's a beautiful way to end.
It's a wonderful way.
I don't think that I need to expand on that. I mean, really, follow your joy. What more can you say? But that is ultimately it. We've been indoctrinated in this world to be living a hard life. Everyone, they get brownie points, if they struggle. But hey, what for? You know, just be enjoy. It doesn't have to be hard. And, you know, humanity has been through some very hard things. I mean, if you look back to your grandparents, like I know, you know, my grandparents lived through a war. Most of our grandparents did live through a couple of wars. You know, there've been so many hard things that our ancestors have had to deal with. And, you know, we take that on in our DNA. We take on their issues. It's like this generation to let go of all that pain, let go of the issues. And, you know, I'm not going to let my grandmother's negative experiences impact on my life. So that's what the work is, so to speak. It's sort of like the buck stops here, and so that my daughter can live in joy and I can create a much more beautiful world for all of us to live in. And it's, yeah, once again, I could keep going on and on, but that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, it is. It's a perfect card, I think, to end a very, very nice session. And so let's just talk about your Prince package, your Princess or Prince package.
Okay.
Why is it important to have it over a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
I mean, we do this in 6 sessions over 8 weeks.
Yeah. So I've been doing readings for 20 odd years now. And, you know, I know that when a person comes to see me and I've given them some advice and some guidance, that they're very much with me in that moment until they walk back out into their own reality, their own lives. And, you know, it's very difficult to integrate the information into their lives if they've got no support. So I'm thinking that having, you know, a six sessions over the 8-week period is helping people integrate this new idea, perhaps, or new way of being, or, you know, whatever it is that they've received from that first reading, so that they can integrate it into their life. And it's worth the effort of coming along. You know, there's no point in just one reading, because you'll forget about it in 2 weeks' time when life keeps throwing issues at you. But if I'm there to support you through the issues that come up, once you make that decision to make some changes, that's basically why it's necessary, actually, to keep coming back.
I'm always like, oh, I got to ask Gabby that one. Okay, I've got to put that one on Gabby's list. And I feel so very fortunate to have you along this journey with me. And your other clients always, I've heard them say they adore you. And so, yeah, anybody that is looking for some guidance and a friend and a teacher that will kind of kick you in the butt when you need to be kicked in the butt.
Yep, I say it like it is.
But you say it with such beautiful passion.
I sometimes do worry. I'll let you know that I don't beat around the bush. I do really let people know what it is they need to hear. So, you know, beware of that.
In a positive way.
Yeah.
All right, Gabby. Well, listen, thank you from the very bottom of my heart for all the work that you've done for me. And anybody that's watching, listening, you get the $100 off just because she's special. I'm a special client, and she's a great friend.
Year of the pig.
The year of the pig. There is your present, $100 off, $650 for 6 sessions over an 8-week period, and highly suggest anyone. Gabby is wonderful, and I look forward to seeing this progress as well.
Beautiful.
So, all right, my dear. Thank you.
Thank you.